Good afternoon. This is Cheryl PV coming to you with day 2 of Time to Live My Purpose Journey. And I'm outside today, even though it's raining. I just love being outdoors. But today I want to discuss about setting a foundation. On this entrepreneur journey, if you're beginning to be an entrepreneur as I am on this journey, or you are on the fence about thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, I recommend that you build a solid foundation first. And what I have done and what I recommend is finding people who are already walking this journey, who are already, you know, seasoned entrepreneurs, as I would say. And there's a few people I'm going to name that I follow that I know about their beginning story, their backstory of how they started out on their journey. And I just recommend that you can look at these people, follow them, find out their story, gather nuggets from each of these people to help you pursue your journey of becoming an entrepreneur, but also taking the steps of being a successful entrepreneur. I follow April Franks Hunt, Nicole Roberts Jones, Mia Rhetoric, Lisa Nichols, Cece Clark, and Shante Javon Taylor. And I want to talk about a little bit more about Cece Clark because she's the one that challenged me to do this 90-day challenge of discovering my purpose, living my purpose. And her story is fascinating, basically. It's a story about a woman who had a successful real estate firm who ended up failing at that business, going into debt, becoming overweight, and falling into a depression. And her story talks about how it happened, but also how she brought herself back to being even better than ever. And she talked about that she put in all these work hours. And that's what I was thinking. I thought the more hours you put in of becoming an entrepreneur, the more success you have, the better you will be. But in actuality, that isn't the case. What happens or can happen is that you become burnt out. You're all over the place. You are striving for perfection, but at what cost? And at her cost was losing herself in the process. And what I strongly recommend to you is that you don't lose yourself in the process, that you put yourself first. So for me, putting myself first is the number one way to start a foundation, to start your foundation in this business of becoming successful, is taking care of yourself. She talked about that she couldn't be service to her business, her investors, and her clients if she wasn't taking care of herself first. So that means not only loving yourself, but also taking time to have quiet time, alone, getting rest, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, drinking water, having a proper meals. And I'm not talking about pushing diet and exercise. I'm talking about eating 3 meals a day. I'm talking about getting rest. I'm talking about putting into yourself so you'll be able to put back into others. And a person that I highly recommend that you follow is Shante Javon Taylor. She is a neuroscientist, so she's all about the mind, all about the brain. And she is wonderful because what she talks about is that our brain is the think about it, main organ that everything starts, our dreams, our ideas, everything starts in the mind. So we need to nurture our minds. And nurturing your mind is getting enough rest. Nurturing your mind is drinking water, is feeding into your mind so that it can deliver what you need to deliver, that it will give you what you need to be successful. I do not get enough rest. I get on average maybe 4 hours a day of sleep at night, and that's not enough because I've noticed that I'm foggy in my thinking. I don't think clearly. I'm tired. So I said, starting today, then I'm going to start getting more rest. I'm going to start putting into me, pouring more into me. And I said, whether it's a half an hour every day of spending alone time, whether prayer, meditation, working out, or if it's, even if it's just taking a nice, relaxing bath with candles, wine, music, but feeding back into me. So that's what I recommend for you to do, is feed back into you. Give into you. Love yourself. Nurture yourself. Treat yourself like you plan on treating your clients. Give back to you. Love you. Nurture you. Care about you. And what I think that's so important that we do. And also, I want to recommend a book. It's called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown, Brene Brown. She has been featured on Super Soul Sundays of Success with Oprah Winfrey. And if you look her up on YouTube, you can see some of the conversations that she's had with Oprah Winfrey. And what I love about the conversations, not only are they candid, but it talks about letting go of who you're supposed to be and embracing who you are. So today, I say that we all embrace who we are right now. Accept us for who we are. Stop trying to be someone we're not. Let go of everything that hinders you from accepting you and loving you right now. That to me is the number one reason, number one way to start to be successful is embrace you, love you, accept you, and pour into you. By pouring into yourself, you can pour into others. And that is day 2 of how to start to be a successful entrepreneur, is to pour into yourself, love yourself, date yourself, give time alone so you can rejuvenate, so you can become better the next day, so you can serve others at the best capacity that you are, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you have a gift, a light inside of you that the world needs to see you at your best, so you can give your best to help others become their best. Stay tuned for tomorrow, day 3. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about because, like I said, this is a process of me learning. This is a process of me growing that I want to share with you in order that not only will I grow, but you will grow as well. Thank you again. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I look forward to speaking with you then. Bye-bye.